Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Show. My name is Soul, and today we're going to be talking about X-Men. I finally sat down to watch X-Men. Just to clarify, I'm not an X-Men guy. You're going to be getting a review of a completely blind, uninspired X-Men review. And the first piece of X-Men content I ever watched was Days of Future Past. I think I was just like on a date and I didn't give a fuck about the movie. I was like, whatever. I remember I liked it. Maybe I was just happy to be in the theater because I didn't go to the theater that much back then. But obviously I didn't know what the hell was going on. Yeah, X-Men is a franchise you gotta watch the movies in order, just if anyone wanted to know. That being said, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, oddly enough, that's what made me finally be like, okay, maybe it's time to watch X-Men. It's all right here, easily streamable. Time to inject some old superhero movies into my brain. Let's go. And I pop in the first one, right? And I've seen the first two now, actually. I'm going to do my reviews back to back. I like the second one. The first one, I still did not really care all that much about it. TBH. Because, again, like I said, there was not a single ounce of care I had for this property. Wolverine, didn't care. All the X-Men, I couldn't tell you their names. If there was a grain of sand for every ounce of fuck I gave about X-Men, the world would have no beaches. That being said, there was a lot of pieces of this film I enjoyed, because we start this film off and we're introduced to Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. He's got a dumb haircut. It's kind of cringe. Whatever. But he's given a mysterious backstory that they don't even really touch upon in this film. They leave it vague. They know they're going to have like 20 more movies to talk about it. So yeah, they leave it vague. So we're introduced to Wolverine, who's this old chiseled guy who hasn't a lick of his memory from X amount of time. And he's just beating the shit out of people for money. And it's a good example of like, oh, this is what a mutant can be in this world. People are given powers and they can kind of use them to their will, but also not really. And there's this whole conflict between mutants and humans, and it establishes all the groundwork right away. You immediately understand this universe. Wolverine is another product of the shitty way they're running things around here. And he is then introduced to Charles Xavier and his school of the Gifted, which is actually a school for mutants. And that's probably like the best part of this film, is being introduced to the school and meeting all these characters with their wacky powers. And I'm sure back then the CGI and like getting these kind of cool ideas for characters was like really cool. For me, again, I've seen all these powers before. I've seen all these ideas before. It just feels like Hogwarts, but with like Sky High thrown in there. My Hero Academia, you know what I mean? Really, the conflict is very similar to My Hero Academia. It's just auto-reversed. And if anything, like, what I really want the most out of this movie is the school, though. I know I just compared it to Harry Potter, but that, if you took the characters from Harry Potter and just put them on, like, fucking spy missions and they kept leaving, it wouldn't really feel like Hogwarts was, like, a cool place, right? I never got like the sense of like how this school operates, and I watched the sequel and it doesn't even feel like the same like sets and location. It feels completely different. I want to like know the ins and outs of the school. Where do they sleep? What are they doing? Whose room is different than this person's room? It just feels like fucking walls that they happen to be staying in. Underneath it gets really cool. But we don't see a whole lot of this movie. The characters themselves, I actually enjoy most of them. I really fucking like Charles Xavier. I really love Magneto. Those guys are the meat and potatoes of this movie. Those characters, their ideologies, their powers, it all revolves around those two. They're the best parts of this franchise as far as I'm concerned. That being said, I really like Storm. I really like Wolverine, you know, for what he is. I don't think he really does a whole lot in this movie. Like, I remember hearing someone like going off like, best superhero performance ever, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, iconic. And I'm just not there yet. Right now, I'm just kind of like, he's kind of just trying to act like a douchebag as far as I'm concerned. And he has this weird love triangle with a guy named Cyclops and Jean. It's like, I could not give less of a fuck about this romance. And then there's like a younger girl pining after Wolverine. I didn't care about any of that. Just get back to Magneto and Xavier playing chess or some dumb shit. But it does feel like there's a cool character around every corner. They just gotta go out and search for all these people with their wacky powers, and I think that's awesome. I want to see more out of this world. I do want to see more, even if this film didn't leave a whole lot in its place. I forget the name of the guy who fights Wolverine. My wife told him they're bigger in the comics. Mystique was cool, though. I fucked with Mystique. But I'm not gonna lie, majority of this movie, I'm just on autopilot. Sure, the action is good. I'm sure the action for the time must have been banger, especially you grew up on the X-Men cartoons. You see these characters come to life. I'm sure that was a really awesome moment at the time, but for someone like me who's going back and watching these films after so much has happened in a superhero genre, it's a little deflating. And again, I'm not connecting with these characters like I think some people were. There's not a single moment in this film that felt like, oh, that's the bus scene from Spider-Man. Oh, that's the hospital scene from Dark Knight. There's not a single moment in this film where I'm like, that's gonna stay with me forever. That being said, though, I don't regret my time with it. It's just not for me. It's not my go-to superhero movie or anything. But again, I have seen the second movie. I do know that it does seem to get better, but we'll wait and see. For now, I'm gonna give the original X-Men a 6 out of 10. Could be a lot worse. Could be a lot better, though. Let me know your thoughts of the original X-Men down below. Subscribe. Go to my movie playlist. I got a bunch of movie reviews for you if you're interested. And until next time, with that, I leave you.